Welcome, everyone. We are so glad you're joining us for today's deep dive. And I actually want to start by speaking directly to you, the listener, right off the bat.
Yeah, especially if you are currently on the journey of learning English. We know exactly how tough that can be.
We really do. So I want to explicitly mention that this specific deep dive is designed with you, the English learner, in mind. We are going to speak clearly, keep a really comfortable pace today, and use accessible vocabulary.
Right, because the goal here is for you to feel encouraged and, absolutely not overwhelmed by what we're talking about.
Exactly. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable. Our mission today is based on some fascinating research we've been going through, and it's all about the incredible power of a single tiny word.
Just 3 letters, really. But it's a word that can literally rewire your brain.
Yeah, it's the word yet. Y-E-T. And we're going to explore how adding just those 3 little letters to the end of your sentences can completely change the way you learn.
It really is like a magic trick for your neurology. It turns deep frustration into actual measurable progress.
But before we get to the magic of yet, I think we really need to talk about the wall. That universal problem we all hit when we try to learn something completely new.
Oh, the wall. Yes. Everyone hints it. It's inevitable.
Right. So imagine you're staring at a page of English text. And the words are just like blurring together. None of the grammar rules are making any sense.
And you just feel this massive wave of intense frustration building up inside.
Yes. You drop your textbook, you let out this heavy sigh, and you just think to yourself, I can't do this.
Which is such a human reaction.
Yeah.
But neurologically, something wild happens right at that exact moment.
Your brain just powers down, right? Like it literally flips a switch and turns off the problem-solving centers.
It absolutely does. And to understand why the sources we're looking at today use a really great analogy about learning the guitar.
Oh, yeah, the guitar example. Walk us through that one.
So imagine someone who has been trying to learn the acoustic guitar for, say, a month.
Right.
They practice every single day.
And their fingers are probably killing them.
Exactly. They have these painful calluses, but they still can't transition between basic chords. They can't play a single song.
So the motivation just totally drops to zero.
Right. They put the guitar away and declare, I can't do this. I have no musical talent. I give up.
Which, is a feeling I think we can all relate to. But what's the underlying psychology there?
Well, psychologists call this the fixed mindset. It's this limiting belief that your talents and your abilities are just innate. Like you're either born with it or you're not.
So if you don't pick it up right away, you think you never will.
Precisely. The fixed mindset tells you that if you're struggling, it's absolute proof that you just don't have the gift.
Okay, I want to press on this a bit.
Yeah.
Because, saying I can't feels a lot like hitting a literal brick wall.
It really does.
When we use those negative words like I can't, is it just a bad attitude or does the brain actually physically stop working?
It physically stops. It's not just a bad mood. When you say I can't, your brain basically receives a signal from the boss saying, hey, this task is officially finished.
Wait, really? It just accepts it as a fact?
Yeah, it takes it completely literally. Your brain is an energy-hungry organ, right?
Yeah.
It wants to conserve calories. So it stops working, it stops trying to solve the problem, and it saves that energy for something else.
Wow. No wonder we feel so totally stuck.
Exactly. You feel stuck because your biological machinery has quite literally stopped processing the challenge.
So applying this to you, the listener, think about your own English learning journey for a second. Think about the negative sentences you might be using all the time.
Like saying, I don't understand.
Right. I don't understand. And feeling like that is just the end of the road. You say that and your brain just drops its tools and goes home.
It drops the tools. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
So the big question is, since this fixed mindset acts as a giant brick wall that shuts our brains off.
How do we get past it? How do we keep the brain turned on?
Yes. And this leads us directly to the solution, the core intervention from our research today.
The magic word. I love this part. So the ultimate override switch is just the adverb yet, meaning, not up to this point in time.
It's brilliantly simple. Instead of saying, I can't do it, you just add that one word. I can't do it yet.
Okay, but how does that actually change anything? It sounds a little bit like forced positivity.
It does sound like that, but it's actually about a massive psychological shift. When you append yet to the end of that sentence, you transition instantly into what's called a growth mindset.
A growth mindset. Okay, tell me more about that.
You're basically telling your brain that the learning is a process. You're keeping the door open. You're signaling that future success is entirely possible, so the brain needs to keep working.
So the science from the notes essentially says the brain is like a muscle, right? It literally needs to be exercised.
It is exactly like a muscle. When you struggle, your brain is building brand new neural pathways.
Wait, let me just clarify this because this is huge for our listeners.
Yeah.
So when I make a mistake speaking English or, when I feel like I'm failing, it doesn't mean I'm bad at it.
Not at all.
It just means that my brain is like lifting weights.
Yes. That struggle is the physical sensation of your brain building connections. Every single mistake is just building future potential.
I love that. So if the fixed mindset is that we build right over the top of it.
That's a perfect visual. It builds a bridge to the other side because your brain responds to that continued effort by releasing a substance called myelin.
Myelin, what does that do?
It's this fatty layer that wraps around your neural pathways.
Yeah.
Think of it like the rubber insulation on a copper wire.
Oh, okay. So it protects the connection.
It insulates it, yeah. And it makes the electrical signals travel much, much faster. So the more you struggle and use yet to stay engaged, the thicker that myelin gets.
And that's why things that used to be incredibly hard suddenly become easy and automatic.
Exactly. But it only happens if you keep trying. If you say, I can't, and stop, the myelin never forms.
Wow. Okay, so now that we understand the brain muscle, the myelin, and this bridge over the wall, how do we actually put this into practice?
Well, it requires you to actively catch your own negative thoughts. We have to do a little real-world reframing exercise.
Let's do it. Let's rewrite the internal monologue right now. So, listener, imagine you think to yourself, I don't speak English.
The wall just went up. Your brain shut down.
Right. So the new version is, I don't speak English yet.
Exactly. Keep the loop open. Here's another one. This grammar rule is just too hard.
Okay, so we change that to, this grammar rule is hard yet. Which I guess means it's hard right now, but I'm still challenging myself.
Yes, it acknowledges the current difficulty but leaves room for growth. You aren't denying that it's hard, you're just denying that it will always be hard.
That is so freeing. And our sources actually expand on this way beyond just language learning, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. This exact same growth mindset applies to everything. Think about dieting and weight loss.
Oh, yeah. I can't lose weight versus I haven't reached my goal weight yet.
Right. Or tackling a really difficult new task at work.
Mm-hmm.
Or even navigating interpersonal relationships. Like, we haven't figured out how to communicate without arguing yet.
It's so forgiving. I mean, instead of demanding instant perfection from ourselves yet, forces us to just focus on the process.
It really does. It's all about respecting the learning curve. Learning isn't a straight line upward.
No, definitely not. It's full of bumps.
Right. There are spikes and deep valleys and very long, frustrating plateaus where you feel like you aren't improving at all.
And that plateau is usually where people quit, isn't it? They forget to use the word yet, and they just give up.
Yes, because they don't realize that during a plateau, the brain is actually busy doing background maintenance. It's organizing vocabulary, reinforcing that myelin.
So celebrating that incremental progress, even when it feels slow, is scientifically the best thing you can do.
Absolutely.
Well, as we recap this journey today, I want to remind you, the listener, that you do not need to be trapped by the wall of a fixed mindset.
You really don't. You have the tool to bypass it now.
Right. By treating your brain like a muscle and generously using the word yet, you are literally building a bridge to your own potential. Every single day.
And there was a beautiful healing affirmation mentioned in the sources that I think ties this all together perfectly.
Oh, please share that with us.
It's about choosing to believe in your own hidden processes. Just waking up and telling yourself that every single mistake is just a step forward. You are choosing to believe that your efforts are compounding, even if you can't see the results today.
I choose to believe in my process. That is so calming, honestly. It takes all the panic out of learning English.
It does. It gives you permission to just be a work in progress.
Well, before we officially wrap up, I want to leave you with a final, slightly provocative thought to just mull over on your own today.
Oh, I love these. What is it?
Okay, so if simply adding the word yet to the end of a sentence has the neurological power to completely rewire your brain and change your abilities, what other tiny everyday words in your vocabulary are secretly shaping your reality right now without you even realizing it?
Oh, wow. That's a great question.
Right. Like, think about words like just, or always, or never. How are those tiny words building walls or building bridges in your own mind? Pay attention to them today. You might be surprised by what you find.